Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. It's Wednesday, which means it's brand new comic book day, and new comics are hitting the shelves all across the world. You can get them digitally, you can get them physically, you can get them any way you want, which is pretty awesome, you know. Wish we had these choices when I was a kid reading comics. So we got tons of new releases today, and DC's hooked us up with one of them. It's Doomsday Clock number 6. We're halfway there through this epic event series written by Geoff Johns, art by Gary Frank. Colors, Brad Anderson. Rob Leigh is the letterer. Back matter material is Amie, Brockway-Metcalf. Gary Frank, Brad Anderson do the cover and variant. Amedeo Turturro is associate editor. Brian Cunningham is the editor. Basically, this is an origin issue of Mime and Marionette. It's an interesting issue in that basically the two of them are in the hands of the Joker, who also has another guest. And they're going to go visit a bunch of villains who are getting together to figure out what their next plans are. And throughout the issue, we kind of get this origin, this back matter of the kind of these two characters that came over from the Watchmen's world. It's actually kind of interesting. I dig it. I actually liked it. You get to really see and understand why these two have a bond, where that bond came from, and how they kind of got the way they were or where they are. It's good. Like it's entertaining. It's a piece of the puzzle. It's kind of interesting after like a delay, what feels like a very long time in between issues, to get one that doesn't really advance the bigger story so as much, fill in some material from the back. There's also some really interesting stuff as far as kind of what's going on with this like superheroes, the whole Superman conspiracy or superhuman conspiracy. Kind of diving through and really exploring that. It's heavy in the back material. If you read the story, you're absolutely going to need to read the back material on this one. I think it's pretty vital, and it's interesting. So overall, like Doomsday Clock it started off I think really strong, kind of like it's kind of cool a little bit, but still entertaining. I think this is a pretty good read so far, and as part of kind of this big giant story, it's entertaining. Gary Frank and the artistic team kind of really sticks to the basics with this. They kind of break from their 9-panel here and there, but not a whole lot. It's pretty much stuck to that sort of style, which is totally fine. There are some breaks from it, but it's interesting in that there's not a ton of deviation. When it deviates, kind of think it emphasizes that a bit. The art's good. The characters look good. You know, there's some nice twists and turns in this issue. Generally, though, this kind of feels like what we might expect in a one-shot tie-in to an event, as opposed to like an event story itself. It does slow things down a little bit, focusing on these two villains from the Watchmen world. It's needed that we can kind of understand these two a little bit more, but as part of the bigger picture, I don't think it necessarily flows super well into kind of the what's been building. You know, we've kind of seen some of this kind of like exploration of origins and backstory a bit in the original Watchmen. I don't remember it kind of slowing things down quite like this. But, you know, it's not bad. It's good. It's really interesting as part of the 12-issue series. So basically, you know, if you're already reading this, you're going to want to continue. If you haven't been reading this, this isn't one for you. This isn't one that you're going to dive in and read and really care about. So yeah, basically this is one for the folks who have been already reading the series. It's out today in comic book shops. You should go support your comic shop first and foremost. If you don't know if you have a shop near you, you've got a link beneath this video. It is you go put in your zip code. I'll tell you if a shop's near you. If no shop, no problem. We got affiliate links. Affiliate links are exactly that. We do get a percentage of that. By doing that, you help support our site. Speaking of support, I want to thank DC Comics for hooking us up with this issue. As always, thank you so much for that. We also like to be transparent as to what we get for free. Thank you for watching. We always appreciate it. Your views are what matters a lot. Yeah, so basically, like, if you've been reading this event, you're going to dig this issue. It adds some depth. There are some really interesting twists and turns. When you add in the back material to it all, it kind of answers some questions that's set up in the comic itself and adds some depth to the story as a whole. But yeah, like, I have a feeling this is going to be an event that's going to read better as a whole than it is individual parts at this point, but we'll see. If you're into DC Comics, if you're into comics in general, you can check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.